All right, guys. So, first of all, welcome and good morning. And I want to start the day off by saying rest in peace to Renee Nicole Good. Okay. Before we do anything else, I want to start the day off by saying rest in peace to Renee Nicole Good because she's no longer here with us. Now, on January 7th, 2026, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a 37-year-old American citizen named Renee Nicole Good was shot and deleted by an ICE agent. The incident, which occurred less than 2 hours, the incident that occurred less than 2 kilometers from where George Floyd died in 2020, has ignited a firestorm of controversy, protests, and demonstrations across the nation, and they are directly confronting the government and local officials and ICE. All right. So let's talk about what really happened, why federal authorities are calling this an act of domestic terrorism, while the Minneapolis mayor is telling ICE to, quote, get the fuck out of his city. Today, we're going to be breaking down what we know as the public, the conflicting accounts, different eyewitnesses statements, et cetera, and we're going to talk about the political fallout that is unfolding right here in our time. But again, I want to say rest in peace to Renee Nicole Good, because this is a story that shouldn't even be happening. This is a story that I shouldn't have to cover this morning on this YouTube channel. But I fear that if we don't actually start making media and holding people accountable for what they're doing in this country, we're going to watch this country slip into anarchy. We're going to watch this country slip into a whole bunch of chaos simply because we did not want to speak out. Now, before we actually get into the video on CNN, let's talk about who was Renee Nicole Good. Renee was 37 years old. She was a United States citizen from Minneapolis, also known as the Twin Cities, who lived with her partner. She was also a mother, right, who recently lost her baby daddy back in 2023. Now, on her Instagram, Renee Nicole Good describes herself as a poet and a writer and a mom and a gritty guitar drummer from Colorado. Somebody who had moved from Colorado to Minneapolis in hopes of having a better life, in hopes of trying to do good, right? Her mother described Renee Nicole Good as one of the kindest, most loving people that she's ever known, extremely compassionate, and everybody in her community said that she will always take care of everybody else in her community. Rest in peace. This wasn't someone who had a criminal record. This wasn't someone who was evading law enforcement. This was someone who, according to Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara, quote, nothing to indicate that this woman was the target of any law enforcement investigation, any of them at all. So how did this poet and mother end up dead from an ICE agent? Let's go ahead and go to CNN for the report, guys, because this is going to get very, very dark. Now, I'm not going to show you guys all the video. I will be putting a use my other one. I will be putting a over this. I'm going to put a overlay because I can't afford to get the channel striked, etc., etc. All right, let's go ahead and get right to it. When we get to the part where like the shots ring off, I'm covering that part up. I'm not showing this woman dying on camera.
What you're about to see is disturbing. There is crude language in this. This is graphic, and we do not know the context around this. We don't know what happened before this video. No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my God! What the What the You just what the did you do? Protesters are gathering at.
So as you guys can see there in that video, in that clip, that woman did absolutely nothing wrong, right? This woman literally was just doing her job as a protester, trying to affect the community by being active in her community. They rush up to her car. They tell her that you got to get out the car, etc., etc. The guy is clearly not in danger at all, but he let off 3 fatal rounds. Now, again, what we know from that footage that we just saw and official accounts, on the morning of January 17th on Portland Avenue between East 33rd and 34th Streets in Minneapolis, Renee's Good red Honda Pilot was blocking the road. So let's start there. A lot of people are saying that you shouldn't block the road, you shouldn't impede on police officers' investigations. These guys are these guys are masked. They're not showing their badges. They're not showing any identification to let anyone know that they're actual agents. On top of that, this woman was an American citizen. This woman was an American citizen, and people are acting like that don't matter now. Apparently, that doesn't matter at all now. The fact that this woman was a fucking American taxpaying citizen, a mother who, by all means, should be alive today. There's no reason at all why Renee should be dead today. Say her name. Renee Nicole Good. The violence towards women is at an all-time high. Say her name. Romika Mills. Or Ramika Meeks. Forgive me. Chicago. This incident in particular wasn't gender driven. I don't believe it was a hate crime towards women. But I think it definitely highlights that men in this country have no problem upping their blicky against women at any given time. And that shows that we have a group of men today in our country that are barbaric, violent, vile. They don't care about life. They don't care about this mother having to raise her child alone, and now this child is growing up without either one of their parents. When are y'all going to impeach Donald Trump? When are y'all going to get rid of ICE, or at least get rid of how ICE is being structured under the Trump administration? How much more violence has to happen at the behalf of the government or a federal agent in order for y'all to stop this? Video footage shows that agents were ordering Renee Good to exit her vehicle. One agent grabbed the side door, then she reversed. Let me stop there. When she reversed, that lets somebody know that she's just trying to get away. They're now saying that she weaponized the car. She reversed and then she drove forward. And at that moment, an agent fired 3 shots, striking her in the head and unsubscribing her from life instantly. Now, here is where the accounts diverge dramatically. First, we have the federal government's version. The Department of Homeland Security claimed that Renee Good was attempting to run over, quote, run over our law enforcement officers. The DHS Secretary Kristi Noem went further, calling it an act of domestic terrorism and arguing that Good was using her vehicle as a deadly weapon. Now, let's go ahead and go to that footage so you guys can see how goofy Kristi Noem is and how a lot of y'all women, y'all think, oh, I'm a woman, she's for me, we're women. No, she's for whatever regime that she supports. And right now, she supports the Trump regime, and the Trump regime supports ICE. You know what that means? They're going to continue to lie and say that people like Renee Nicole Good was weaponizing her fucking truck against a federal agent, seeing multiple guns around her. She probably thought she was going to just drive away. She literally probably thought she was just going to drive away. And she didn't.
I want to start out by addressing the loss of life that we saw here in Minneapolis today. Any loss of life is a tragedy, and I think all of us can agree that in this situation it was preventable. ICE agents repeatedly ordered her to get out of the car and to stop obstructing law enforcement, but she refused to obey their commands. She then proceeded to weaponize her vehicle, and she attempted to run a law enforcement officer over. This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause.
You're gaslighting. You don't know what her intentions were because she's dead. She can't speak for herself. You don't know if she tried to run an officer over. You don't know if she tried to take his life. Y'all need to run with that now because that's the only narrative that you can run with. That's the only narrative you can run with because she was on some BS. She was on BS, man. Now, Kristi Noem defended the agent, saying that he followed his training and did exactly what he's been taught to do in a situation and took actions to defend himself. She described him as an experienced officer who has been in these situations before. So that scared me. So you've been in situations like this before? Okay. Where an unarmed woman was threatened by you? Okay. The agent was treated at a local hospital and released. The agent was treated at a local hospital and then he was released. This is what I'm saying, man. This is a very sad day for all Americans. What kind of country do we live in now? What kind of man did y'all elect to be president? What kind of country are we currently living in? And what kind of man did y'all elect to become president? Because god damn, this was a woman with no record. Excuse me. This was a woman with no record. This was a woman that never had any issues with law enforcement. Only to find out that she did have a problem with law enforcement. If you guys are in the chat, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, bless us on the Cash App, $DLon316. And thank you, Fear. Thank you. Thank you, Fear. Let's go back to the coverage of the shooting.
At the scene at this hour, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said this about the incident a short time ago.
It was an act of domestic terrorism.
How was this an act of domestic terrorism? How? You see how y'all trying to spin this shit now? Let me block her face out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to flag me on either one of my channels, on either side. How is this an act of domestic terrorism? You see how they just be lying and making up shit? Y'all see how they instantly lie and make up shit just to try to convince us that this woman was a domestic terrorist when she was simply a protester who was trying to keep people safe? And again, I believe she thought she was just going to drive away, have no issues at all. I really do think that. I think that she thought she was about to get in her car. It was going to be easy work. She was going to go home, back to her partner, and that was going to be that. But y'all got to understand, these people that y'all put in office, they are vicious people. Very vicious.
Happened, it was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to.
The woman attacked them is crazy. And look at the officers around them. U.S. Army. U.S. Army. They're in Brownsville, Texas. You know how they get down there. They're in Brownsville, Texas. And she's saying, oh, well, they attacked my officer. When? Where? When? How? When? She was trying to get away. She was trying to go home. She was trying to get out of the line of fire. As a trained assassin, had his blicky pointed down on her. That's what I'm saying, bro. And to find out that she's not even 40 years old, bro, that shit broke my heart, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He was talking about some, like, it's always people on both sides that's on bullshit. You got black people saying, some people saying, oh, it don't matter, it don't matter. No, this matters. I don't give a fuck if she was purple, pink, black, orange, don't matter. In 2026, can we put a lot of this race shit aside and say this woman should be alive? Renee Nicole Good should be alive. Say her name. Let's keep watching this clip, man. Christy Gnomes, shame. Shame on you for saying this woman tried to harm an officer in her desk where she can't even defend herself. Shame on you, Christy Gnome.
Run them over. And
the mayor of Minneapolis is also speaking out, calling that official line from federal authorities a lie.
So the mayor spoke out. I think his name is Jacob Frey, and he spoke out saying this.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is.
Let's go out to the scene.
So you heard it right there. The mayor himself saying, hey, I saw this video. And while they are, when he say they, he means Christy Gnomes, he means MAGA. While these people are trying to spin it like, oh, you know, these people try to attack an agent, right? Because they got to get public sympathy every single time. They got to do the public sympathy move, right? They got to do the unite officers together move. And don't y'all feel like y'all are being taken advantage of when y'all see something that's clearly wrong? And just because you're an officer, just because, you know what I'm saying, you're a boy in blue or a woman in blue, you're just going to go along with this shit? You're going to act like this shit is not a problem? You're going to sit back and let an innocent woman be murdered while you collect a paycheck from this department and act like nothing was wrong? Is that what you're really going to do? How do you live with yourself? How do you live with yourself? And all of you who voted for Donald Trump, all of you who support MAGA still, it's one thing to be a Republican, but to support MAGA is a whole different thing now. Roe v. Wade, the fucking Capitol attack, and now this, pausing funding to daycares. Is this what y'all voted for? When you voted, did you think, man, anybody that get an ICE way gotta go, even American women with no criminal record ever? They all gotta go. Are y'all tyrants? Fucking Venezuela making that move without the permission of Congress. Our country is it's going backwards. It's going backwards. Now let me go again. You guys saw that Mayor Frey said that he thought that was bullshit, and I agree with him. It was bullshit. It was straight bullshit. Now let me put this video down right here because I have another video I want to show you guys, right? I have another video I want to show you guys of a woman who was there. Now I got her on two different videos. One when she spoke to CNN, and one where I saw it on a content creator's video, right? She spoke about how they treated her. She spoke about how they carried her away like a fucking sack of potatoes and didn't do anything to show her any type of honor. And her last few seconds on this planet, God rest her soul. Now, I don't really like this content creator, so her face is mostly covered, and that's cool. I just need you guys to hear this eyewitness statement, and because I know what the fuck I'm doing, I'm also going to show you this eyewitness on CNN. You see, I found both clips. That's what I do.
And to block traffic, which is another crime, which she could.
Look, see, it's so many people out here. I sit back and wait for my my breakdown, because everybody that's out here raccooning, right, over this situation. I will be doing videos breaking down who y'all are. That's all I'm gonna say.
Have been arrested for. We'll watch some witness testimony here.
I woke up to some commotion. I heard some whistles going on out front, so I came downstairs to see what was going on. Wasn't even dressed, and there was a car, the Honda Pilot that's crashed over there now. There was a car blocking the 2 lanes of Portland traffic, and the ICE agents got out and they were saying, "Get out of here, get out of here!" And she was what looked like trying to turn around. And the ICE agent was in front of her car, and he pulled out a gun and put it right in, like, his midriff was on her bumper, and he reached across the hood of the car and shot her in the face like 3-4 times. And then she must have just stepped on the gas. She stepped on the gas immediately, maybe got like 100 feet or so, and ran into the telephone pole and some cars, and then was slumped over in her car. And you could see she was probably gone. And there was a medic, there was a neighbor who's a physician who was yelling, "Can I please check the pulse?" There was no first responders. There were 0 first responders. They left her in her car, slumped over for about 10-15 minutes, blocking us all. And eventually EMS got here, and they wouldn't let the bus in, so it was just the EMS workers, and they checked her out for a second, maybe five minutes or so, and then carried her out, no stretcher or anything, carried her out like a sack of fucking potatoes.
Can you describe a little bit about what this woman looked like? Was there anyone else in the car with her? Did you know if she was the target?
I don't know if she was a target. They clearly wanted her out of there because she was the main car leading the protest, is my understanding. I talked to another guy who was driving behind her, but she was very successful in blocking traffic. She was
Okay. So there you have it. I mean, that was her goal, was to go ahead.
No, shut up. Quiet. Because I can't even talk about you right now. I'm gonna do a whole separate video about you. Now let me show you the video where the ICE agents refused a man who was a doctor trying to help.
Can I go check a pulse?
No, back up now.
I'm a physician.
Hey,
Can I go check a pulse?
No, back up now.
I'm a physician.
I don't care.
We understand. We got EMS coming. I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my neighbor. You caught butter in the face. You killed my neighbor. How do you show up to work every day? How the do you do this every day? You're killing my neighbors. You're stealing my neighbors. What the man?
Can I go check?
Can I go check her pose? No, the fuck you can't. And I don't care. This is what every person who voted for Donald Trump voted for. Death, chaos, disorder, right? Fucking daycares can't even get funded. This is the way that y'all wanted the country to run. Congratulations. You played yourself. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you who thought that Donald Trump was going to make America great again. Was making America great again part of deleting white women with no criminal background who never did nothing to nobody? Congratulations. You played yourself. Now look at you. Now look at y'all. This woman was unarmed, no weapon in the vehicle, and still lost her life. Oh, but she tried to drive away. She used the car as a deadly assault, to the point where Secretary Kristi Noem said this is a domestic terrorism attack. Domestic terrorism. You can't make this shit up. Who is going to stop this? My brother said, is this a white on white crime? This has nothing to do with race, my brother. Let me fill you in, because I see you are ignorant. But just because you are ignorant and you don't know doesn't mean that you don't deserve to know the truth and to be awakened from your MAGA slump. So I will repeat myself from the beginning and give trucking a little overview. On January 7th, 2026, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a 37-year-old American citizen named Renee Nicole Good, this woman who you see right now on your screen, she was deleted after a ICE agent fired his blicky. The incident occurred less than 2 kilometers where George Floyd died in 2020. So this is in the same city, right down the street, 2 kilometers away from where George Floyd died in 2020. And the whole situation, again, has caused controversy and protests across the nation. At what point will MAGA step in and say, hey, this is too much? This is too much. And what's worse, because I was going to wait for this, but I might as well get around to it now. Might as well get around to it now. YouTubers who are justifying the murder. You have YouTubers who are saying, hey, man, had she just got out the clips, man, had she just got out the car, bro, you know what I'm saying, she would have been fine. Had she just complied with the ICE agent, she would have been fine, bro. That's what they're saying. And it's the most heartbreaking shit I've ever seen, bro. Okay. I'm trying to see if I watched it on this channel or did I watch it on a different one. Let me check my other phone. Give me 1 second, guys, because I do so much stuff on so many different devices. It might be on here. Either way, I'm going to find a video because I want to watch this particular video so you can hear what these gentlemen were saying. And to sum it all up, what he basically said was, hey, I don't think she deserves to die, but at the same time, she deserved to die because, you know what I'm saying, she didn't follow orders. What kind of fucking what kind of dark ass shit is that, bro? I use so many accounts. I don't know where video I watched that on. You know, I might do a separate video about it. Maybe that was God saying, do a separate video. Don't shit on him on this video. Because I definitely would. I see the longer version of his video, but I'm not trying to watch the whole video. I'm trying to watch the 2-minute one. Here we go. Out there, I'm so good at my job. So this content creator's name is Esmond Gold. He's a his race don't even matter. When you see him, you will see him. You feel me? So he break down the whole situation. And I want you guys to hear how people are talking about a dead woman who was a mother.
It's because they agree with her and they want to create an the reason why they're defending this woman, it's because they agree with her and they want to create an ecosystem where
this guy right here is I bet I ain't want to get into it.
Being violent and abusing police officers is accepted. You can
what?
System where being violent and abusing police, the reason why they're defending this woman, it's because they agree with her and they want to create an ecosystem where being violent and abusing police officers is accepted. You
think that we want to create an environment where being abusive and violent towards not just police officers but federal fucking agents is accepted? Is that what you think? Do you think people are running around saying, yeah, we're gonna get them today? No, we want peace. We don't want tariffs. We want lower taxes. We want lower fucking prices of groceries. We want fucking lower prices of gas. We want housing prices to go down. We want the cost of goods to go down. We want the cost of rent to go down. We're not thinking about plotting on the fucking government that we work for and we pay into. And to say that Renee Nicole Good in this tragedy, after she has lost her life, after y'all denied doctors on the scene to help this woman, fuck you. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I wish I could say more, but we have guidelines to follow. But I'm at a loss for words. I can imagine if this is my wife, this is my brother, this is his girlfriend, His girlfriend is an immigrant. His girlfriend is Kenyan. I can imagine they walked him down and try to get out the truck, get out the 18-wheeler, and he's simply trying to pull off, and they just start firing. Look, bro, I don't even want to walk down that path because I'm a true demon. That's a fact. It couldn't be more of a fact. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's right and there's wrong. And there's certain stuff you do and certain stuff you don't do. And killing a woman in cold blood is something you just don't fucking do. Lying about it is just something you just don't fucking do. The video clearly shows that a third officer with his pew pew drawn is seen crossing in front of the car as it moves away from the agents. The officer appears to be knocked backwards but not hit, and then open fires on the vehicle. His life was never in danger. Mayor Frey of Minneapolis stated in the video footage that it did not appear to suggest that Good was weaponizing her vehicle, yet that is what they're trying to say. The incident so far, you guys, have created direct confrontation between federal agents and state authorities. You have people like Mayor Frey in his office saying this is bullshit and get the hell out of our city. You have Governor Tim Walz saying this is ridiculous. Now let me go to Tim Walz's response. And as you guys see, I'm trying my best. We're 37 minutes in. I'm giving you guys a lot of information. I just want to provide information on YouTube. That's all I want to do. Once I'm done with this information, I'm getting out of here. Right? I got this stuff to do. Specifically, I got to set up I got 3 Wi-Fi routers here, 3 of them, and I got a new one. I got to set it up as well. Tim Walz remarks about the ICE shooting. So I have a long version. I have a short version. And truth be told, today I have time. And we're going to go over the full version. It's 20 minutes. We have time. I'm going to put it on 1.2, 1.25, and we're going to throw the captions on.
Where Governor Tim Walz is providing an update.
Good afternoon. Today I'm joined by Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson, Colonel Schaefer of the Minnesota National Guard, and Colonel Bogojevic of the Minnesota State Patrol. This morning we learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We've been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety.
Amen. Great words. Dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to public safety. Doing shit without Congress permission is a threat to public safety. Starting wars is a threat to public safety. Having federal agents that are running the fuck around like fucking cowboys is the danger to public safety, bro. What part of this don't y'all understand? I couldn't imagine, cause I gotta speak y'all language, right? Y'all want me to go demon. I couldn't imagine if this was Barack Obama. I couldn't imagine if this was Joe Biden and VP Harris. I couldn't imagine. Oh, look what they did. They got a good girl. She died because of Joe Biden. I could fix America, but you guys didn't give me America. You gave Joe Biden America. You gave Kamala America. Kamala. Don't know if she's black. Don't know if she's Indian. We don't know if she is. We don't know. You niggas would be listening to this nigga and believing everything bro's saying, knowing that he on some lying shit. I told my wife he's the biggest liar in the country. Period. And y'all don't believe that magic exists. Guess what? Words are magic. This man is speaking death into the country. And y'all just sitting around. Well, I mean, shit. My stock portfolio is doing well. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back to Governor Walz, man. This shit is ridiculous, B.
That someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Let me be clear. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident. But we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other. To Minnesotans, I say this: I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do.
I agree. I agree with him. To all in Minnesota, do not give these people a reason to do the same thing to you that they did to Renee Nicole Good. Because if you give them a reason, they will take that opportunity to strike, and they will lie about it on mainstream TV right to your fucking face. Best believe it. Best believe it. Best believe it. You got to understand who you are dealing with. You are dealing with a madman, a tyrant, somebody who feel like he never lost and he never will lose. Somebody who was sitting there with Epstein. I never did nothing with Epstein. I never did nothing with Epstein. That's my guy. Epstein's my guy. But I never did nothing with Epstein. That's my guy. But I never did nothing with Epstein. It's my guy, though. We all took pictures of Epstein. Everybody took pictures of Epstein. We all hung up with Epstein. But we knew nothing about his illegal activities, even though there were women every fucking where. I mean, we was married men, you know what I'm saying? We was having fun, you know what I'm saying? But that's my guy, you know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing. Man, he don't know nothing. He ain't gonna know nothing no more because he gone. Rest in peace, my friend. Right? That's the guy y'all let in. That's the guy y'all let in, B. That's the guy y'all want. Y'all are the reason why this shit is happening. Everybody who put in a ballot for that man, this woman's blood is on your hands. It's on your hands. There's nothing that you can tell me to change my mind about this. Now, let's go back to Governor Walz, man. I agree, y'all. Be safe out there in Minnesota, man. Be safe everywhere.
We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this: please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
So as you guys can see, state authorities is taking matters into their own hands, and they're really preparing to really defend their state because they don't want people from outside, people who they don't know, mask the fuck up, taking advantage of good people inside Minnesota. And ultimately now you have people being harmed behind this shit. I just don't know what to think about this, bro. I really don't know what to think about this. Then you have Mike Speaker Johnson. I'm done with Tim Walz. I wasn't gonna watch the whole thing. I lied to y'all. All right. Speaker Mike Johnson, he was even worse. He took a completely, bad stance on this, saying that any rhetoric against the law is going to lead to some type of violence because people are encouraging violence against law enforcement. But that's not what happened. She wasn't outside encouraging violence. She was trying to protect her family. That's all she was trying to do, man. And y'all took that woman's life for no reason. Let's hear what Speaker Mike Johnson had to say.
I just saw the disturbing video. Obviously, it's a serious situation. There's going to be a full investigation, as we all know and expect. Look, it appears to us, it appears to, I guess, anybody who sees the video from certain angles that the driver of the vehicle weaponized that vehicle against law enforcement officers and against bystanders. It was a dangerous situation. People make snap judgments in those situations, and it's a really sad outcome. Look, I do think that it's right. I think I guess maybe it was Homeland or someone put out a statement that this clearly appears to be the result of this just months-long rhetoric against law enforcement and people encouraging that kind of violence. And so we call upon all the citizens of Minneapolis to be calm. We don't want anyone to be hurt. We need law enforcement to be able to do their jobs, and it's a terrible situation. But we await.
So you don't
I just saw.
I call those guys the suits. Those are the guys that make plays that y'all be thinking they never make. You know what I'm saying? Like the Venezuela play. You feel me? Like the Venezuela play. I mean, I just think that some of this stuff is absolutely diabolical that they're doing. And I just don't know what kind of country that we're living in moving forward. What kind of, next 2 or 3 years we're going to have under this regime.
So.
Oh, good. So I actually recorded. I'm actually recording, guys, with my microphone right here, using this Rode microphone and my 17 Pro Max and my other iPhone. So I'm actually looking forward to this video. What do you guys thought about this? Do you guys want to come up for a moment? If anybody want to come up, I'll give it 10 minutes. We can have a quick conversation about the entire situation. You can give us your thoughts, and then we can close out. Right? I'm just trying to be consistent, guys. Put out more content, get the job done. You feel me? And from there, just be happy in my life. But I will say this, because my wife made an announcement. So I'm not going to say it for y'all. I'm going to go to the channel. My wife made an announcement. If you guys haven't subscribed to Gently Koi K, make sure you guys go subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Now, Shem God been busy. Very busy. So busy that my wife got a statement and she got something that she want to tell the people. Let's go ahead and go to Gently Koi K video.
It's me, Gently. Guess what? I am pregnant for the second time. I had a baby in 2025. Yeah, at 40. And I'm about to have a second baby in 2026 at 41. Now, there's a lot of speculation around the internet from males saying, oh, women can have babies in their 40s. But we know the statistics out there are saying that more children now are being born to women in their 40s as opposed to children being born to women in their 20s or teenagers. I am going to be doing a series of videos about this pregnancy, my second pregnancy this time around. Make sure you guys tune in for that. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. But for the most part, I am doing pretty great. I don't have any morning sickness. My breasts are not swelling up like the last pregnancy. I am not tired. My feet are not swelling. I am not actually going to the bathroom a lot, so I don't have like excessive peeing. That's not happening right now. But for the most part, this baby has been really quiet. I guess I'm thinking that this is a girl this time because I'm having no issues whatsoever. Well, my last baby, he's 7 months old. He's so cute. I had a lot of morning sickness, nausea. I was very tired a lot, meaning fatigue. I didn't really like a lot of things. Everything smelled. But this pregnancy is actually starting off much, much better. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to me to get more updates on my pregnancy journey with baby number 2 and being pregnant in my 40s. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, baby bump number 2 is on its way. Bye.
That's my beautiful, bad wife. And that's right. The simp God is about to have another simp little princess. And at least I'm speaking into existence. It's going to be a boy or girl, but shit, either way, I'm speaking that we're going to have a little princess. And that's going to be Liddy. Liddy. With that being said, man, shout out to all y'all for watching, man. I don't do the 12-hour streams no more. We get right in, we get right out. I got other stuff I got to do. I got a Passport Pro video that's coming out. Make sure you guys tap into that. Make sure you guys subscribe to every single one of the channels. Go watch the Rumble, because on Rumble, I'm going to be posting like a lot of unedited videos, like just how they are, and a lot of behind the scene videos, because it's a lot of music in my videos. I can't post it here. So if you want to see a lot of behind the scenes shit, you got to go to the Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Rumble is lit over there. I'm trying to tell you, like, and as you can see, I'm coming back with the camera work. We really getting nutty out here. You understand me? We really putting in work. What's up, Vixen? Hey, Vixen, we need somebody to sponsor today's show, man. Listen, I got a plan, Vixen, and the plan is every single day I'm gonna do a video about somebody. It's more than likely gonna be a woman, black woman, white woman, don't matter. And I want to use this platform to exalt their voice. Today we cover Renee Nicole Good, who lost her life tragically and in a bad situation with ICE in Minneapolis. Very, 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 very sad situation, right? We have protests all across the country right now, hundreds of protests, with some people reporting more than 500 people took the streets of Minneapolis, gathering at the shooting that took place near East 34th Street and Portland Avenue, as well as the courthouse in Minneapolis. And there was a vigil also that night where they're saying, say her name, Renee Good. Say her name, Renee Good. Chicago is protesting. Rochester, Minnesota is protesting. Detroit is protesting. This woman should be alive. Just that simple. On one side, we got federal authorities claiming that this is the act of domestic terrorism by someone trying to delete a law enforcement officer. On the other side, we got local officials and witnesses saying that the video proves that this was an unjustified shooting of an American citizen who posed absolutely no threat. It was the location of this shooting was less than 2 kilometers from where George Floyd was, where George Floyd lost his life back in 2020 to police officer Derek Chauvin. And this added another layer of painful symbolism in the city of Minneapolis, where residents who are once again dealing with questions about police violence, police brutality, and ultimately police accountability. Renee Nicole Good, in closing, Renee Nicole Good was a poet. She was a writer. She was a mother. And by all accounts, a kind and passionate woman. Now that Renee Nicole Good is gone, deleted by an ICE agent that should have never, that situation should have never went deadly. Only thing that we can do now is remember her in our streams, in our culture, talk about this. When we talk about police violence, her name should come up. As this situation continues to develop with potential National Guard deployment on, allegedly there's going to be National Guard deployed against protesters. We have to make one thing extremely clear. The death of Renee Nicole Good has become a flashpoint, a staple in the ongoing debate about immigration enforcement, police violence, and the limits that the federal authorities take in order to actually, I guess, oppose the threat of immigration. Illegal immigration specifically. Now, again, everybody, thank you guys for watching. I will continue to follow this story as more information becomes available to the public. And as this investigation proceeds, I'll post more and more about it. But I do want to say again, in closing, rest in peace to Renee Good. And I just want to say to you guys, what's your thoughts about this? Leave a comment either right now in the chat or after the video is done, leave a comment. And if you guys can just subscribe, for those who cannot donate, subscribe to all the channels for more updates on this developing story. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.